Yo, what's up, everybody? How's everyone doing today? Hopefully good. Can y'all hear me all right? Volume's okay? What's up, DJ, Frank, the Iceman, SZ? How you doing, homie? It's RJ. What's up? Sapand says oil, bruv. Matu Sadowski. What's up, bro? Gideon, BLK, what's up? What's up? All right. Cool. Thanks for doing these. Idiot Juice says, you're welcome, man. I like doing these. So, how's everyone doing? Hoping everyone's having a good weekend. Hopefully everyone had a great first month of 2021, man. It's over, right? 2021 is already a month in, if you can believe it. I feel like 2020 was forever long, and here we are, already a month into 2021. So holy shit, time flies. Yeah, we're back here with another Ethereum and Chill stream. Shout out to Prime for sponsoring the video. As usual, they've really been helping me out, putting these on for you guys every week. So show them some love, help me out by helping them out, help me help you. I think that was Jerry Seinfeld, or it might have been Jerry Maguire. Use the link in the description, sign up. It's a great exchange. You can trade, obviously, all of crypto. We can also trade commodities. You can trade gold, silver with me, stuff like that. Use the link in the description, main 50, bonus deposit, check that out. Obviously nothing discussed here is financial advice. I'm just some dude with a thick neck yelling into a microphone in his solarium of his apartment. So keep that in mind. This is a very risky business. You guys all know that. So be careful and, don't long Ethereum, I guess is the point here, because that is poor financial move there, because that's what I've been doing the entire month of January. So this video is going to be a little shorter than my normal videos. Normally I like to do these big long 2-hour streams. I'm going snowboarding because I live in Canada, and that's what we do in the winter. It dumped like 45 centimeters last 2 days. It's going to dump another 10 to 15 tonight. So I got to get up there. I got to go shred the gnar, slash some pow, and then I'll be back tomorrow. So I'm gonna keep this video right around to about an hour because I do have to drive up to the hill before it gets dark. We're gonna cover a lot of ground in that time. So the purpose of this video today, or the syllabus, whatever the fuck you want to call it, Crypto Creds in the comments here, he can correct me with the proper word, is Bitcoin. Obviously, we got a key weekly close today as well as a monthly close in an hour. Ethereum, obviously, Ethereum and Chill. And then we're going to cover a couple other coins. We're going to take a look at some DeFi coins. My baby, GERT, Graph coin, whatever the fuck it's called, GRT, finally paying some dividends. And we'll take a look at XRP, because it's had a little bit of a pump. And we'll take a look at the notorious DOGE, the notorious Doge. Is it a pump and dump? Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll go through it together. And if I have some time, I'll do some chart requests. I'm going to be doing another video probably midweek. So anything I don't cover today, I'll get to midweek. I also uploaded a video to YouTube as well. So, likes, retweets, dopamine. I love it. I need it to survive. I'm basically Tinkerbell. I'll die without attention. So please like the video, share it with your friends, make your parents watch it, make your friends and family watch it. And let's get into it. So we got Cred in the chat here. What's up, homie? Danzo did do nothing wrong. Donzo, Danzo. I think he's misunderstood. He's misunderstood. Cool. What's up? What's up? Wee Wow's penis is throbbing. That's weird. Man, are you sick? Your neck seems to have shrinked. I don't know. This is what my neck always looks like. Maybe it's just the angle that I've moved the camera on. It looks smaller than normal. I'm off cycle. That's probably why. Okay, so let's get into it. So Bitcoin, right? What the fuck's happening here? We've got this Elon Musk candle, which is giving me kind of PTSD. Get it? See what I did there? From the Z candle. So if you guys remember, we had this candle back here, which fucked me up. I got drilled on this. I thought this was going to be, I longed this, and then I thought this was going to be the bottom for like another leg up, and then I took zero profit on this move up, and I ate it all the way back down and longed it again. But this is like that President Z candle, whatever. I don't even remember exactly what the news was, but we saw this huge move up, kind of close ugly, and then full retrace of the move, take out the low, go on to make a lower high, just barely, and then obviously we saw our COVID bottom there. So, are we getting shades of this from, it's crazy how far I have to scroll to find where we are now. Are we getting shades of the same here with this Elon candle, right? Where big move up, fast move up, and then almost full retrace immediately. Differences, I think, are the obvious one are the preceding trend, right? So to me, this uptrend, this looked more like a top, right? And then obviously this is just a lower high, and this kind of trend being, just a downtrend is different than the preceding trend here of this crazy run up. It doesn't mean that I think, this isn't bearish. Looking at this on pretty much any sort of high time frame, it looks bad, right? So you don't really want to see something with a long upper wick. What does that mean? Look up whoever wants to decide, supply and demand, whatever the fuck. To me, this is just bearish because basically price got pushed up, got pushed down before the close. We ran the high. You can, call it a candlestick pattern. Is it a doji? Is it a spinning top? I don't know. I don't fucking care. All I know is that this is ugly. Generally, when you see these long upper wick candles, right, that is a sign of, hard selling pressure. Obviously price then proceeds to get pushed down, so kind of leaning towards that being the case here. Don't love how we took out this high right into resistance here, right? Here's your bearish order block, that's an SFP, and we're now kind of fully retracing the move. So what do we want to see to be bullish, I guess you could say? So to me, on the daily chart, I'm gonna go back to here. On the daily chart, right, this is a kind of key SR level that I've been watching, right, on the daily. So it's like a bullish order block, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We traded below, we traded within, we're back above. So, we are holding this area for now. And then you could also argue that this is a bullish order block, right? So we've basically had a push up, ugly ass candle there, but we're retesting this bullish order block. So, are we into support? I think technically yes, but zooming in, I'm going to show you some things that I think make this a little bit more bearish. First on the daily chart here, right, just from a market structure perspective, right? So we've got a low, we've got a high, that's a lower high, right? Higher low relative to this one, right? But then this is another lower high. Now we've got a lower low relative to here. You could argue this is obviously a lower high. What would the next step be, right? Probably a lower low, running some of these lows here. Bitcoin has been kind of difficult to trade since it stopped trending, which is generally the case. We had multiple months here of just being a blind bull where you just long every single pullback, and basically if you wait a few days, you're probably in profit. You didn't even really need a good entry. This entire run up from the March bottom, there were very few instances where you longed, and you're sitting in massive drawdown. Even if you longed here, within, kind of a month, this would probably be the one instance, I guess. You longed here, you're in drawdown for a while, but then obviously, you know, this long looks godly a month later. But for the most part, you know, basic SR flips, right? Top becomes a bottom, top becomes, you know, a bottom here. You know, just pullbacks into order blocks. It's just been easy. It's been trending hard. It's been easy. This is what most altcoins look like right now, right? If you look at a coin like AVE, this looks like Bitcoin from, you know, March to December. That's what this looks like right now. So if you're trying to find where you should be spending your time in terms of like swing trading, shit like that, you know, this is the easy money. I'm saying this as if I know that and I'm doing it myself. I'm not. I'm just beating my head against a wall trading Ethereum and Bitcoin because, you know, that's how we do. We like pain. But, you know, this shit's been trending super easy. A lot of these altcoins. I mean, this one, not as clear, but she's finally going. You know, this thing, just a clear uptrend, right? So in terms of, you know, easy trend following trading, that is not happening with Bitcoin in the month of January. It's very clear. We're consolidating. And this is, you know, harder to trade, right? Intraday traders are getting chopped up because it's not respecting levels. You're getting a lot of whipsaw. And swing traders are kind of getting cucked because there's no clear direction, right? So this is just really a large consolidation, right? And it's going to break one way or another, and then that's probably going to determine the trend for the next little while. Obviously, the goal is for it to break up. Could it break down first and then go up? Absolutely, a lot of fucking shit can happen. So I think in terms of clues that you need to look at, outside of market structure on the daily for me is bearish, right? So that's kind of my starting point. Market structure, bearish on the daily. You know, weekly chart, realistically, probably not bullish until we're back above like here. Like, let's be real. You zoom in, right? You want to get above here. Get above here, we will make a higher high. So if you're like, when do I swing long Bitcoin again to 50K? Realistically, it's probably above here, or it's got to be near the lows. Like, to me, trying to get into swing long here, you're guessing. You're better off waiting it for it to run some of these lows because these lows are untouched, or you wait for it to make a clear breakout to the upside, and then you get involved once some structure forms. And I know that sucks, waiting for confirmation, but that's probably the smart play, especially from a swing trading perspective. Yeah, I mean, the chart looks shitty as is. So be careful just blind longing this thing. Do I still think we go up? Yes, but looking at the chart now, gun to my head, I wouldn't be surprised if we tag, you know, 27K or something like that beforehand. So perfect opportunity to kind of bring in, you know, a strategy that I talked about on a podcast with Cred, actually, the daily open strategy. Well, that works for, I've talked about this before, that works on any time frame, right? So you can also do a monthly open strategy. So let's assume that the monthly candle on Bitcoin closes at 32,190. Let's just speak hypothetically here, right? So if Bitcoin starts the month of February trading down like this, running some of these lows here, and then reclaims this 32,190 level, that's a great, easy, you know, kind of bias to be like, okay, there's a chance that the low of the month is in. If I'm not even longing Bitcoin, you know, on a high time frame, I want to be long bias on all my low time frame trades because I believe that the monthly low is in. So that would be something I'd be looking out for. So as soon as the monthly close happens, which is in, you know, 50 minutes here, you're going to want to mark that monthly open level on your chart. And if we start trading below that level, right, and then get back above it at any point, ideally early in the month, let's say the first couple days of the week, blah, 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 first couple days of the month, excuse me, then we're back above here halfway through the month, it's long year longs on Bitcoin season because there's a good chance that you just made the low of the month there, right? And conversely, that works for the opposite as well, right? If we start trading up here for the first week or two of February, and then we get back below the monthly open, you know, that's a short opportunity in my opinion. Good chance that might mean that, hey, February might be bearish. And you can look at that. I mean, it's not going to be super clear here, but we can actually look at January, the yearly open, which is right here, okay? We traded below the yearly open very briefly, right? We'll go on a lower time frame here. Traded below the yearly open very briefly, but, you know, that's the low of January right there. And every time we traded, but, you know, we spent most of the month trading back above this level. Low of the month was made early, right? So obviously we're closing kind of near it. We're chopping above the level. But if February is going to be a trending month, you can cue your entire kind of bias early on based on where the monthly open is, and then kind of where price action is relative to that monthly open early on in the month. If we trade below it and then reclaim it, to me that's bullish. So you're going to want to go and put that level on all of your charts, right? Ethereum, Bitcoin, any alts that you're playing, mark that monthly open. If we're going to have a bullish month in February, ideally we want to see the low of the month put in early, get back above that monthly open, start working on focusing your bias at least on the high time frame for longs. So overall, of course, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin, but there is a chance that we see a run below these lows here. I don't necessarily think we come back this far, right? But this is an area of interest to me. Really what you want to be watching is this, in my opinion. I think if we get back below here, okay, I think we run at the very least these little lows right here. I'm just going to draw a little fucking trend line guy, right? So if we get back below here, I think we're going to run these lows here. And I think on the lower time frame, what you'll see is the bears actually have quite an easy invalidation here. So this is technically an SFP in here, right? Technically an SFP here. So yes, we could push up, blah, blah, blah. But to me, this is where your bears have the easiest invalidation, right? You have this high that got put in above this entire consolidation. To me, this is like a bearish order block. To me, this is a short here, actually. This is a better short setup than a long setup, because if you clear this order block here, we can even include this candle as well, just because. If we clear this order block here, I expect that to mark the low, and then I would target this high up here, right? So wait for price to give you a sign, right? If it's going to come up here and break above here, like if you didn't long this, right? If you didn't long this, right? To me, you're kind of missed the entry here. I mean, the entry was, $1,000 ago. So I would rather now long a break above this area. But to me, again, first look, I'm shorting here, right? I'm shorting here, and I'm probably putting my stop above this high, and I might even give it a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of breathing room, because, we did SFP. We could see some sort of little squeeze. But I'm not putting it right at the wick. I might put it, a little bit above this candle, or, even a little bit above this candle. And then your target to me is super clear. It's these two lows right here, right? And you also have the yearly open right there, right? So to me, super clean invalidation, super clear target. That makes for a good trade setup. Again, back above here, change my mind, I'll flip bully. We got Elon talking at 10 p.m. On that Clubhouse thing, so maybe Elon comes on and he pumps the Bitcoin. Who knows? But for now, leaning towards another leg down, which I don't think is a bad thing. Another thing that I would clue into this puzzle is the look of equities and the strength of the dollar. So I don't even know when I shared this, but this was on my Twitter. I basically said, okay, I think equities topped here. Once we got back below here, I thought we were going to see a move down. And you can see we did. Ran this low now. To me, equities look kind of weak, right? So if we're going to see some sort of major correction here on the stock market, like this to me is not super bullish. To me, this is actually kind of a, topping formation here, right? Very steep price action, breakdown, any sort of pullback here early in the week. I'm actually looking to short equities. And if this has some sort of major rinse, I'm not saying we go to zero. I'm not saying it's all over. But if we have some sort of pullback like this, some sort of pullback like this, heck, even a pullback like this, that could really fuck up Bitcoin. Because I do believe, the assets are still quite correlated. As much as some people might not want to believe. I think if this goes risk off, I think Bitcoin goes risk off, right? Bitcoin becomes bearish as well. So super clear, similar setup to Bitcoin here, right? Pull back into here, I think is a short. And I'm targeting at the very least down into here, right? So a lot of room, A lot of lows to get run. And if this plays out on the SPX, the S&P, I would think that Bitcoin probably is going to feel the effects of that, probably see some sort of pullback, some sort of move down here on SPX. Maybe we see a move to 27K or whatever on Bitcoin. Clear validation here, back above this level. We're back bullish on this. Same shit for Bitcoin, right? Back above this level, right? We get bullish on Bitcoin again. We start taking some longs, targeting the highs. So since there's no clear, obvious trend where I'm just like, hey, fucking long this fucking pullback, we're going to 50K, I'm going to just play this level to level. Once I get a clear break, of a level towards the upside, or obviously if the downside level is rejected, I now know, okay, I'm not targeting 20K on a short here. I'm targeting just a logical level here, these lows, the yearly open, and then, we'll go from there. Level to level. That's what you do when you're in a range like this. You can also just argue, right, that this is just kind of a range, and then this lines up quite well, right, with our short idea here, right? So you're shorting up into here, right? Stop just above the midpoint of the range, targeting essentially the range low, right? Back above here, what are we doing? Assume that this was the low. We're targeting towards the range high. Super simple stuff. Gonna keep it nice and basic for now until this thing shows me, that it's actually indeed trending. And that's gonna happen, either below these lows, right? Where if it comes down here and then we just see a breakdown again, or obviously if we can start clearing out, these highs here, get above this area, then absolutely, let's long towards 50K. Clear uptrend, right? So that's the thoughts on Bitcoin for now. Couple that with the equities take, couple that with this, which I finally think might be fucking breaking out. So I've marked this. I shared this on Twitter a while ago. We've got this kind of 3-day, supply bearish order block, and we've had multiple attempts, to break the level. Right? How many more attempts until the level breaks? The first bounce was strong, second bounce was weaker, third bounce was even weaker. The inverse bouncy ball meme, right? So this is the inverse of your kind of, Bitcoin bouncy ball, right? Where we have low, higher lows grinding up into this level. So if we're able to get through here, I'm targeting this 92 area. I'm still bearish on this thing, high time frame. I've talked about this a lot when I was doing those metals with mainstream more consistently. But I talked about this being the bottom, right? I said this is a monthly area of demand. I don't expect us to just fucking nuke through this thing on the first temp. It's going to give us some sort of bounce. And then really the target for that bounce is here, right? Your FTA. Could we go higher? Absolutely. Ultimately, any sort of bounce here for me is a lower high, and I'm expecting us to trade down into the 80s. But a bounce towards 92 could lead to, again, a pullback in Bitcoin, right? Lining up with the equities take, lining up with the potentially bearish price action that we're seeing in Bitcoin itself. So watching this on the dollar here in terms of potentially seeing a bounce towards 92 before further downside price action. Go on my Twitter, type in DXY or the dollar. I've been posting these charts for months now, because this has been here for 2 months now, kind of maybe forming a low, right? Low, lower low, higher low, right? Inverse head and shoulders, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So be careful with Bitcoin is all I'm saying, right? Might see a little bit of a shakeout to start the month of February before we resume the up-only agenda. And I think we have a pretty clear validation. You get back above here, I think you target here, right? Because you can argue that then this, right, is just a higher low. Fuck off. This is just your higher low of this range, right? So range, there's your, OTE, boom, leg up, and all this becomes noise, right? On the weekly chart, right, all of the fucking flip-flopping, the buy is shifting, the choppy price action, it's all just these 3 fucking candles, So sometimes you got to zoom out for that perspective. But I think the plan is pretty clear. So hopefully that makes sense for you on Bitcoin. I think this area is short on the first attempt, flip long above, and then see what the fuck happens. So let's talk Ethereum next. So Ethereum is being a real pain in my ass because basically I keep longing it, expecting it to break out, and then it doesn't. So that's annoying because I keep losing money. So I long Ethereum for the nth time, and of course it bangs at all-time high and then sells off. And I lose thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. So, I long fucking Graphcoin and it goes up 30%. So then I ask myself, I say, Maine, why are you even trading this piece of shit? Because I know it is going to break out soon. And when it does, I want to be on board. This price action, in terms of just like the general shape of it, in terms of how it looks from like a market structure perspective, as well as just the sentiment that I'm having personally, reminds me a lot of this. And I know it seems like forever ago that we were trading, below 1,000, but this was literally last month. And I felt the same here. Right, I kept longing Ethereum, being like, this is the one, this is the one, this is the one. And then finally it was the one. And then we obviously, launched. I'm even posting like the same kind of memes, being like, I'm in pain because I keep longing ETH, right? So to me, ideally, this is similar, right? Where we're having multiple attempts to break out here. And then we finally do break out and we go on a fucking ripper. One of the big differences here is this. If I mark kind of a similar level, we're below this level, whereas here, the real good long was once we finally flipped this level, right? So we got above, you got faked out on this one, it worked, right? So I could, venture to say that this is going to be kind of your, so this level chopped you up a lot more. This one, you got one kind of fake out here, right? Where it flipped the level, you long it, I long this 100%, but I actually held and just added here and then added more here because I'm an idiot. But if you're just trying to get a clean trade here, every time it breaks through this level, you're getting chopped to shit, right? You're getting chopped to shit. Is this an SR flip? No. Is this an SR flip? No. Is this the SR flip? No. I think what's bullish about this, right, is you have, higher lows on the daily, right? Market structure, as much as it's kind of ugly, it's still bullish, right? High, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. This is kind of ugly to me, this SFP here. But to me, this is still an uptrend, and I think we're just consolidating / accumulating before another leg up, to be honest with you. That said, this thing can rip down like this did, right? This made that one big dump here, right? From here to here. That's a 20% dump before it ripped. So you got to be aware that, this thing could drop, 20% or so back below 1,200 before finally making the move to all-time high. So if I'm looking at this on the H4, where I want to be getting long, unfortunately, I think the safe play is above here. And I know this is like a huge box and blah, blah, blah. Get above here, get up here, right? Flip this level, give me some structure, I'm going to get long. And there's a very good chance that this level, when it does break, that it does this, right? And then it pulls back. It might not do this. It's never always picture perfect like you want it to be. Like if you go to 20K here on Bitcoin, again, kind of similar to what Ethereum was doing, right? We have all-time high. Let's call it there, close enough. We're like just made a new all-time high. We're chopping around at this level. We're getting fucked, right? And then we finally break through. And yeah, this is a huge green candle, but once we clear that structure, right? Any sort of pullback, right? I know this is the hourly chart, but any sort of consolidation pullback, now you're looking to get long, right? You're looking to start riding this thing up, and that might have to happen on Ethereum, right? You might not get that perfect breakout, retest level that you want. You want it to come back and retest this and give you something super clean. You might have to long it $1,000 higher. This is Bitcoin, right? You might have to long Ethereum at 1,500. You might not get to long it on the perfect retest, right? You got to be okay with that. And so I'm prepared to, wait for this thing to either break out and give me some sort of, very clear structure to say, okay, main, it's go time, right? Some sort of big green candle that closes through all of this mess. Or I want to dip buy and long lower. I'm okay holding through the chop if my entry is down here, right? If my entry was down here, I don't really care, right? If it taps here, it's going to break eventually. The problem is I'm longing it from up here. So I need it to break out. I don't want to hold it for a down move of, 20% or something like that. So if you mark this, put your fib on, right? This is kind of your buy the dip option here, right? And you have confluence of, some daily demand here. This is H4, but I believe there's a daily demand here, right? This is kind of, where it's like, okay, this looks like SR here. I'm interested in either longing here or basically longing above these highs here, right? Some sort of break. And then in this area, I'm just getting chopped to shit, right? So why am I forcing it? Dips into this area, I'm interested. Break above this area with structure, I'm interested. Because what I'm doing in between here is just losing money, right? And so with the risk that we have some sort of fucking high time frame sell-off or whatever, I don't want to be longing this at resistance. I would rather long it through resistance, right? Once it gives you some sort of structure. And this structure might only show up on the hourly chart, right? I showed you that Bitcoin 18 all-time high kind of consolidation. It didn't give you some fat H4 pullback, right? It was like the hourly. But you had the clear breakout on the daily. You zoom in, you get in with structure. It gave you a risk reward that made sense, right? Again, clear breakout here on the H4. Maybe you're getting in on this little consolidation here. And I know this is low time frame shit, but when price is really trending, it doesn't give you a lot of time to get in. This is obviously a clear breakout, right? So you should be looking to long something in here, whether you're longing, this candle getting closed through, whether you're longing this pullback here. Your invalidation, right, is below the lows of this consolidation here, right? Once it breaks out of this low consolidation, right, there's your long. And so, yeah, you didn't catch the all-time high long, but you've got decent risk reward. This thing is clearly trending, and you catch a good chunk of the move, right? You miss the first 5 to 10%, let's say, 5%, right, of a, 17% move. If you're getting 2/3 of the move, that's pretty good to me, right? So same goes with Ethereum. That might be the play. You might just have to wait for it to show you. I'm tired of longing this thing at like 13.60 or I think I longed at 13.80 last night. I longed here. No, I longed like in here somewhere. Saw it do this. I was like, I'm good to go. Now, where is it here? Sorry, I'm just lying to you as we speak here. I longed, my entry was 1380. So I think I must have longed in here, right? And then I was right very briefly. And then once we broke down, I'm out, right? Broke market structure, I'm out. Because basically I want to see this push. And then as soon as I longed and then we took out that swing low, I'm out of the trade. I'm wrong, right? So chop suey zone, I'm getting fucked up in here. I'm still bullish on this shit, high time frame, for the simple fact that I don't think this bull run is over. And looking at this, right? We talked about this briefly in my YouTube video yesterday, but I think this is super fucking bullish. I'm gonna go look at an older chart here, or one with more history. Here we go. Right, like to me, this is so fucking bullish here. Right, like that's such a clean weekly SR flip. Like I'm interested in being long Ethereum, and I'm bullish on Ethereum because of this SR flip. That weekly is about to close in 30 minutes. If it closes anything like this, I don't see why we don't go here. Right? Can we pull back before then? Of course, lots of shit can happen before then. But I'm very confident that if we close anything like this is going to lead to a leg up in Ethereum BTC, which is going to, be confluent with a leg up through all-time high on Ethereum USD, right? If we break out from here 30+%, that's going to be the catalyst that this motherfucker needs to go towards 2K. So I'm super bullish on the Ethereum BTC chart. The PA is way fucking cleaner, right? To me, this is super clean on the weekly. Look at the daily, right? So within that weekly zone, right? I'm just going to delete that for visibility. Within that weekly zone, we have a daily bullish order block, moved high, retested, very nice reaction. Now I just want to see it move up. So really all we need to see here is price start trading above here. Once price starts trading above here, that is going to be the next leg. We are going to see the next leg on this thing, and I expect it to go to kind of 0.05. And that's going to be, the catalyst that's going to be pushing Ethereum USD higher, right? Look at how bullish this chart is. Look at this chart, right? To me, this is still an uptrend versus this, right? These are no longer in sync, where it's like the market structure on Ethereum is the same as the market structure on Bitcoin. Why is that? That's because Ethereum BTC is bullish. Ethereum is stronger than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin looks like it's sideways and down. Bitcoin is going down, sideways and down. Ethereum looks like it's sideways and up, and that's because of this. And a perfect comparison is look at Litecoin. Litecoin very much looks like shit relative to Ethereum. This chart is more bullish than this chart. Why? Because this chart is more bullish than this fucking thing, right? So that's the importance of this relationship. I want Litecoin to go up. Litecoin's been getting absolutely dick this month. Ethereum has doubled in value, and I think Litecoin has barely moved. If you look at the Litecoin F chart, what do you think this chart's going to look like? Ethereum being way stronger than Litecoin in the month of January. This chart's going to be in a downtrend, right? Ta-da, right? So where's your money best kept in the month of January between these two coins? Fucking Ethereum. So anyone who's like Litecoin, like I'm guilty of this. I was like, fuck, Litecoin should be moving to 200 soon. Like, unfortunately, the chart says no. Until this chart gets more bullish, Litecoin is not going fucking anywhere, and especially this chart. And it's definitely not outperforming, Ethereum. So we really need to see some bullishness on this, but that's just a perfect example of, relative strength, right? Bitcoin looks down, Ethereum looks up. That's because Ethereum relative to Bitcoin is performing a major SR flip and looks kind of fucking bullish, right? So, this is all you need on Ethereum, Bitcoin, I think. Like, you just need to watch these two levels here. Long as we close the weekly good, if no shenanigans happen in the next fucking 25 minutes here, this is going to close great. And then I'm very much expecting a swift move up here, which will be, again, confluent with Bitcoin or Ethereum USD moving higher. Let's take a look at the chat here. See what we fucking got. The question is, how many hash marks do I have? I don't know what that is. I don't own any. Is that something that Cobain's been tweeting about? I don't own any hash marks. I'm going snowboarding. That's where I'm wearing a fucking hat indoors. I literally have my fucking long underwear on. You just can't see my lower half. Felt like 6 months. Yo, what's good, man? What's up? Luli will rule. January felt like the 13th month of 2020. Couldn't agree more. They're imposing more travel restrictions now. Like, we're a year into this fucking COVID thing, and they're like, actually, now you can't fucking fly anywhere. So in Canada now, if you leave the country and come back, you have to quarantine in a hotel of their choosing, and it costs $2,000 for like 5 days. Like, it's ridiculous. Not that I've gone anywhere. It's fucking bullshit. You leave the house, I got 5 masks on. Like the video, yeah. 200 people watching. Let's see if we can get 100 likes. That would be cool. What's up, Jay? What's up, Jim? What's up, other J. Waiting for F to break out feels bad, man. Completely agree. Do we revenge short F? So if I'm going to short Ethereum, right, I need some sort of setup. And I think you have one, right? Like, I think this, to me, right, delete all of this shit momentarily. Like, I think this, to me, is a break in market structure. So I think you can get away with, a short, probably up into here on Ethereum with, like, your stop up there. So, again, want to see what price does, right? But if it comes up here and then we get some sort of rejection, I think you could short ETH into something like this. Let's see what it looks like on the H4. Yeah, like, I don't hate that. And then I would target this low. I'm going to Whistler. Like I said, I'm going snowboarding, so I'm not going to short Ethereum going into... I personally like weekly close, monthly close on the same day. I don't really want to, take a trade where I can't be, on screen, just kind of watching what happens. So I do think there is an Ethereum short here, though, right? I mean, looking at the H1, right? This market structure just in this box here, right? This is a downtrend to me, right? That's a lower low. Yes, we SFP'd there, but to me, absolutely. Especially if the Bitcoin short plays out that I talked about, right? This little short, right? I think you could also do the same thing with Ethereum up into here. I don't know, maybe stop up here and then, ride that down and target, this low right into our buy the dip zone. And same shit, different day, right? If this is going to be bullish, right? Get above here, show me some bullish structure, right? And you can get long this thing, right? But, the plan I kind of laid out initially, just because I'm not going to be on screen for the next day and a half, I'll have alerts in here and I'll have alerts up here, and then I'll be paying attention then. But in between here, no rush, no reason for me to trade when I got fucking GraphCoin, GRT, just absolutely sending. Gert, skirt, perp, exactly. The Go-Gurt coin. Hi, Maine. What's up, Pencil? Check this out, Maine. Okay. Next is just hibernating, no biggie. PTSZ, exactly. Zcash. I like your video. Wishing you much dopamine. Thank you so much, brother. Let's fucking go, Brian. I know what you're trying to say. God, that's funny. It's Ave, like oy vey. Ave. Fuck that. It's Ave. Fuck Ave. Oy vey, exactly. Idiot Juice gets it. BTC is going to set my attention back to Forex this month. I mean, man, Forex is clean. December, January, usually a little bit kind of shaky for FX, especially December. But January hasn't been bad. And yeah, I'm expecting, February to be great. Forex is where it's at. Anyone here trading BTC instead of alts now? Me. Talk about ETH. I talked about ETH. Still long, by the way, bashing my head against the wall. I feel you, brother. When is the TikTok astrology chick getting on here? I had to unfollow her. Here's the problem. People are like idolizing this chick. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's like 22. Hey, fucking good for her. She got 100,000 followers. That's awesome. I think astrology and shit is a crock of bullshit. These people just make wide, general fucking... assumptions about people. It's like, oh, you're born in July, hey, so you're a Cancer. You must like the sun, or your birthdays were always when school was out. Like, it's just dumb. And I don't get it. Like, I feel like, because there's a bunch of incels in the space, maybe, idolizing this chick who clearly looks like she's malnourished and needs to fucking eat a fucking burger or 2 or fucking 5. She should take some diet advice from BitBro. Fucking put a couple of LBs on. She looks anorexic. Maybe that was too far. Maybe that's me. I don't know. But every vegan person I meet looks like malnourished. They have pale skin. They look like they got fucking jaundice. They're vitamin deficient. They look way too fucking skinny. But that's completely anecdotal. And I just got on the gains train, very recently. So I can't talk. I used to look anorexic like a year or 2 ago. So, Can you take a look at the link chart? Sure. Monthly open is going to be in 20 minutes Pacific Standard Time, so same time zone as LA. In 20 minutes, wherever the fuck you live, 20 minutes, that's when the monthly opens. ES1 looking bad. Okay. Gert, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Maybe I went too far. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe that was rude. I take it back. I don't know her. Marilyn, Marilyn. I don't know what her name is. I apologize. I doubt she's going to watch this. But I'm just making an observation. Like, maybe you should eat a steak. I promise the cow doesn't care. So let's look at, okay, so I've got a little bit of time left. I've got about 20 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover Link. I'm going to cover GRT. I'm going to cover Sushi. And I'm going to cover one other coin. So I'll cover SXP. Okay, so I will cover all of those and we'll see what happens. So let's take a look at Link here first. Link, the Chad coin. So what's crazy to me about Link, right, is this thing is just an absolute beast. Like, as much as the Link Marines like get a lot of shit, for a long time, this coin had been in an uptrend versus Bitcoin for like 2 fucking years. Right? So your money has essentially been better off in Link since the last top at 20K, like until very recently, right? Until the last couple of months, right? September, October, November, the last quarter of 2020, where this thing's finally cooled off here. You had a really good run here where Link was outperforming Bitcoin. Again, that's what this chart represents. Link strength relative to Bitcoin. So as you can see, we have seen a major fucking pullback here on this coin. So if you go all the way out to the monthly, all the way out here, we came all the way into this monthly demand, this monthly order block, and we've seen a really nice bounce. But this to me doesn't look amazing relative to Bitcoin. Doesn't mean it can't go up, but this is going to be something you want to pay attention to. So we came into that monthly demand, we saw a nice bounce, but for the last kind of 4 or 5 months, Bitcoin's been the better investment in Link versus USD because this chart is in a downtrend, right? So we've now come up into this FTA here, right? This little order block here, boom, that's cap price. So to me, for the Link Marines to say, hey, Link is now going to go to $50 and it's going to outperform Bitcoin, it needs to get back above this, 80,000 Satoshi mark. Needs to get back above here, because if we trade back down into here, well then this sure starts to look like a fucking bunch of lower highs, and this starts to look like potentially really shitty, right? So Link's kind of been on a market cycle of its own where most coins, most altcoins have been looking like this, right? And then we're seeing like a lot of these kind of moves, right? Downtrend, sideways, flipping SR. This is FBTC, for example, right? Or a lot of these, DeFi coins look like this on hyperspeed, where they were in a downtrend and then they're in an uptrend. Link has been kind of the opposite. It's been in an uptrend for the last 2 years versus Bitcoin, and now the last handful of months, Bitcoin has been beating it, outperforming it. We look like we could be placing a lower high here. So this is something you're going to want to watch. If you're a Link Marine, if you're a lover of Link, it needs to get above this area for me to say, okay, this thing might start outperforming Bitcoin again. And this was just kind of a big shakeout, 80% pullback from the high right around here. And we're going to continue just smashing, right? Because eventually there's a good chance that this just becomes, what your goal is on Link is that this is just this. Right? So very similar, right? Big move up, a little bit of a pullback, higher low, continue the trend, right? So big move up, pullback, higher low, continue the trend. But if this thing loses this low, right, you just want to be careful for now, you know, this was a good long opportunity. Obviously, we're into some resistance here. I want to see this thing trade above here and then ultimately trade above here before I'm like super confident that we you know, are continuing the, you know, meteoric rise on fucking Link to $50. So it's got some resistance above it, but ideally, if you're a Link Moraine, this is just a higher low in the trend upwards. But for now, we're in resistance. Be careful. So what does that mean, right? This chart is kind of bearish right now. So really, your money is better off in Bitcoin than it is in Link, right? So if you look at Link USD now, you can see we had this, you know, big blow off the top move, and now we're kind of above all-time high here, right? Consolidating above all-time high. So I think it's going to be very telling what Link BTC does to determine whether or not, you know, this is a good play. Absolutely, this is in an uptrend still. There's no doubt about it, right? But if the BTC pair is bearish, your money is literally better off in Bitcoin, right? If you look at Link / Ethereum, right? Your money's better off in Ethereum for a while now. Since October, your money's been better off in Ethereum. So as much as Link is great, right? You can trade it, right? Because what you need to realize is if you're just trading, right? If you're just scalping, short-term trading, all that matters is risk and reward, right? Can I get a 3-to-1 out of here? Sure. Great. Doesn't matter what fucking coin you're in. But if you're talking about holding spot, allocations within your portfolio, for the last 5 months, your money that is in Link should have been in F, right? To maximize gains. It doesn't mean Link hasn't gone up in the last 5 months. It absolutely has, but it has not gone up as much as Ethereum, right? So that's the kind of analysis that you need to do if you're holding coins, you know, kind of on a spot basis, super long term. You know, you need to know what coins are outperforming and where to move your money around to maximize those gains. If you're just a trader and you're just in and out, right? Link is volatile. The price action is clean. So great, right? Fucking trade away. But be aware of the BTC pair. It looks kind of shitty. So if you're just saying, hey, where do I park some money? There's better coins out there, you know, relative to Bitcoin than Link itself. Doesn't matter that Link is the backbone of some DeFi bullshit, right? Just look at the chart. I don't care what Link does. All I care about is the chart. And if this is what the Link BTC chart looks like, basically from August until January, your money was better off in Bitcoin, right? All right. But the BTC pair or the USD pair, I think looks okay here, right? Like this is all-time high. That's a nice SR flip. So in terms of just trading this thing, it's in an uptrend, long pullbacks. Like if you're just a trader, still bullish on this thing. You know, you might want to watch it, wait for it to get above here before you pile back into longs, right? So this is, I would refine this to here. I would say this is my buy the dip zone, right? You know, maybe run this low here, buy the dip zone, and then this is my breakout long zone above here. That would be my analysis on Link USD. What was the next coin I said I was going to cover? Gertie. All right, let's fucking go. Maine's been tweeting about Gert for a while now, and she's looking bullish. So we'll zoom in a little bit here. Very nice break of resistance here, right? So I talked about this previously. This is great. Look at this, right? See how this is in an uptrend versus Bitcoin? Look at what the USD pair is doing, right? Outperforming, right? This is up 25%. This is what I'm expecting for Ethereum. When Ethereum BTC finally makes that next leg up, you're going to see a huge percent gain day in the USD pair. And that's what's up. That's what you want to look for in terms of maximizing, right? You want the BTC pair to look fucking good. Once that happens, the USD pair will follow. So looking at this here, beautiful break on this daily demand. Any sort of pullback here and holding of this area is big time bully, looking good. So I'm loving how this looks, right? We had another clear breakout here, right? Once this candle closed through, boom, fucking rocketed. You know, there's kind of your floor essentially right there. Zoom in. The structure was super fucking clean here, right? Here's your level of interest. So that SR level, what forms that SR, right? Order blocks, that's your floor. Respected the level, you know, a little fake out and shit, but this looks good. Any sort of pullback into here, I think is great. I don't want to see this get back below this gray box for continued upside, but overall, pretty happy with how this looks, and consequently, this thing's fucking sending. So, you know, this has been a bit of a pain in the ass, but I've been longing this thing for most of the month of January and tweeting about it, hoping you guys would pump my bags. You guys did a terrible job. But it's looking good now. You know, we're through this all-time high. I don't know if this is the actual all-time high. Yeah, there you go. It's through all-time high, as far as I can tell. And I think this looks awesome. So, you know, clear uptrend here, low, high, higher, low. Now we've got a higher high. The question is where does that higher low form? Because eventually it will pull back. I don't really want to see it pull back this deep. What I would love to see is kind of a little 0.382 pullback in a year, right? As long as it holds that kind of structure, I'm going to maintain, you know, a long bias. Could come lower, right, into something like this, 50% pullback, but less is more, right? If this thing is trending really hard, I don't want it to pull back all the way fucking down here, right? I would rather have it do a little 0.382 pullback into this newly formed H4 demand and then just continue sending upwards to the heavens. So I think reasonable target, psychological figure, big fig, the buck, $1 for one graph token seems like a pretty good target on any sort of pullback here. Sushi Bobushi. Very similar, right? Once we broke this, it was game on, right, for sushi here. Sorry, I just gotta answer this text here. Once it broke here, it was game on, right? Clear break. This is where you're getting long this thing. Bullish versus BTC. You go look at the USD pair. It's absolutely sending. Again, why am I trading? This is a criticism of myself. Why am I trading Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are fucking doing this, when all of this shit is just in a beautiful uptrend for the last like 3 months? So something I got to be better on. I do expect some of these things to take a hit once Bitcoin starts trending again. If we have a big dump on Bitcoin, if we have a big pump on Bitcoin, I expect a lot of these altcoins to get pullbacks. But these have all been trending up beautifully, and I don't see why they would stop yet. None of this looks like a blow off the top for me. This does not look like a blow off the top at all. This looks like just continuation. Keep longing pullbacks into demand, right? There's a daily breaker, pullback, boom, right? So here's your next level on sushi that I would pay attention to. I don't know if you're going to get this lucky, but some sort of volatile Bitcoin move, you set bids here and you long it and you target, you know, fucking whatever this high is, 1250. So I'm super bullish on this. I think you just keep longing this shit until it gives you a reason not to. At no point has, you know, daily market structure been broken down, and we consistently are making higher highs on all of these coins. So keep longing the pullbacks on these things. Way easier to trade than trying to force a trade on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Take it from me. I've been fucking forcing it all month. What else do we got here? We'll look at XXP. I can't fucking speak. SXP. Am I retarded? Is this how we find out that I'm retarded? So this to me, right, is starting to look super fucking bull. It's a little early yet, but this is the weekly chart. You look at the 3-day here, right? We're starting to curve up real fucking nice. And there's not really a lot of resistance, right, until we get to like here, right? And then once we get here, huge gap fill territory. So I'm actually really fucking bullish on this thing. I think this thing is gonna fucking fly. So this is the Bitcoin pair. Once we get above here, I'm expecting a pretty swift move, up towards this, 10,480. And that's a 75% move from this SR flip, right? So I'm starting to feel real good about this one. You zoom in on the daily, right? We're putting in bullish market structure here. We've got higher lows, higher highs, right? We're coming into the first FTA on the daily, right? There's your first trouble area. So consolidating under here, I think is totally fine. My expectation is that we see something like this, right? And like that. So I'm expecting some sort of, cup and handle looking motherfucking thing. I don't know. But basically, I expect this level to break soon. And then I expect this level to give you a pullback, right? So once we break above here, right? Once this level gives you a pullback, that's going to be a great long opportunity. And then once we break through here, that's going to be a great long opportunity. But I'm bullish on this BTC pair. It's not, as bullish as sushi or whatever, because those are already uptrending, but this is really starting to gear up. And I think that this is one that can really, see some catch up in terms of performance relative to some of these other ones that have already gone absolutely crazy. Like, people are wondering where alt season is. It's like, this is just 2 months ago. This thing is up like 2,000%, right? So I think a lot of people have just been in the wrong fucking alts, right? They're in these fucking dinosaur alts that are not moving, right? Wondering when the fuck they're gonna move, while all of these new DeFi coins have, fucking 10, 20x already, right? Like, what is AVE since November? That's a 10x, right? What is GERT since fucking just January? That's a 2x. What is DOT since fucking September? Right? That's a 5x. So shit's been popping. I don't know if this is 2017 alt season yet, but a lot of shit is moving. So the SXP BTC pair I think looks pretty fucking good, and consequently the USD pair I think is starting to break out here. You look at the daily, we kind of had this consolidation. This looks like a very clean SR flip to me. So this looks fucking good for higher prices. I'm ultimately targeting about $1.80 to $2 on this thing for this next leg. So nice little SR flip, BTC pair looking bullish. Put all of that in a fucking pizza pie, fold it all together. You got a calzone of bullishness. So feeling good about this one. I'm long this. I'm long GERT. I'm also long cream. We'll look at cream here. I guess I can't. Yeah, here we go. So I'm long this fucking thing. Why? Because someone told me it looked good, and I basically pulled up the chart. I said, okay, and I just bought like this kind of SR flip. Once we flipped this, I just bought this consolidation. My risk was down here, and we're starting to move, right? So sometimes it is that easy, right? In a bull market, when things are in an uptrend, buying resistance that is turned into support, it's as simple as that, right? So I didn't buy this SR flip here, but once we broke through, consolidated, I longed this thing yesterday. It's up quite nicely from my entry already, over 10-15%. My entry is 212.56. So I got in right in this consolidation here, right in this consolidation here. And it's looking good. This looks like it's going to leg up again here. So feeling good about this one as well. And you look at the cream BTC, or what the fuck? I guess this is versus Ether. But because this is a Uniswap coin or whatever. But again, right, this looks like it's in an uptrend. Long as it holds above here, I think we're good to go. So feeling pretty good about this one as well. I'm going to look quickly at XRP because it's gone ham. And then I'll look at Doge or something. I got to get going here shortly, guys. Because I am going to drive up to the ski hill tonight. So XRP, right? I posted a long on Twitter for this, just literally in here. Every time XRP has touched this monthly block, it's giving you a bounce. Every single fucking time, right? So in the history of XRP for the last, 3 fucking years, bounce, right? Come into this area, it's giving you a little bit of bounce. It went below here, but pretty much every, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 8 times, it's giving you a good long, right? So I posted a long after we saw this dump, right? So we had that bounce. Once we saw this dump, I posted a long basically just saying, okay, I don't see why you can't long this thing, into weekly support here. Got a little bit of a bounce, and then obviously we saw this leg up. I don't know if this is fueled by fucking the SEC rebuttal, by some Telegram group. I think not. I think it's ridiculous to think a bunch of people in Telegram have the ability to move up a coin that has like unlimited fucking supply and has been around this long, such a huge market cap, but believe what you want. And then, yeah, we're into the FTA here. So is this thing going to $1? I have no fucking idea. I'm more inclined to think that this does this more than anything because it's Ripple, and what Ripple does best is fully retrace any sort of pump that it ever has. But if it gets above here, I don't see why you can't get in a long, right? Forget what the coin is. Just look at the chart. Is there a setup there that you can define with risk? If yes, take the fucking trade. I'm not saying you should invest in Ripple because it's going to be the future of fucking finance. I'm just saying the chart looks okay for long if it flips this, right? Whatever the chart says, that's all you really need to focus on if you're a trader. Is it going to be volatile? Can I find a setup that gives me a good risk reward? Boom, take the trade. When you're investing in a coin, sure. If it's getting sued by the SEC, you probably want to know that, right? All of this shit. But from just a technical perspective, if you're just a trader, forget all about that. Just focus on the chart, right? Because you're going to get lost in the sauce looking into the SEC said, is the Wall Street bets people punk? Like, who the fuck cares, really, at the end of the day? If you can get a 3-to-1 out of it, doesn't matter what the coin is, any of that. If you can get a 3-to-1, it's a good trade for me. Investing in spot, that's a different story. If there's a chance that this coin gets delisted everywhere, it's already been delisted a bunch of places, then maybe, yeah, don't put your fucking life savings in it. I don't know. But the chart looked okay for a long back here. That's why I took it. This seems like a very obvious profit-taking area. If it flips this, I think that's a super easy long. You just put your stop below the structure that gets it above there, and then you're fucking gone. You let it ride, and yeah, I would absolutely target pretty much a buck. So if it flips that zone there, I would target this zone up here. Okay? Alright guys, I think I got to fucking bounce because I got to pack still. Yeah, so I'm gonna motor, guys. I know this is a little bit shorter than my videos normally are, but I'll be back obviously next Sunday with a regular stream. I'll do the full 2 hours, and I'll do another video some point this week, like maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll make a point to do another video, but it's dumping, so I got to get up to the hill and go ride. If you got any questions, hit me up. I respond on Twitter. My DMs are open. You can also join my Discord. I have a free Discord. Link is in the description of my Twitter bio. There's a Linktree link, so click on that. Join up my Discord. You can ask me questions there. I post charts and shit all the fucking time. We did just have our monthly and daily close here, right? So on Bitcoin, this is still the area to watch, right? But what you want to do now is you want to mark your weekly open. Boom, right here, right? So here's your weekly open on Bitcoin. This is your monthly open, and weekly open. So this is the monthly open for the month of February. So if we see something like this, right? This is a long. You better get long that with me for the rest of the month, right? So let's see what happens here. But there's your monthly open, your weekly open, 33,118 on FTX. So pay attention to that level. But shit just still kind of looks a little weak to me. I don't know. So I'm happy with, you know, my positions that I'm in, and I'm not going to be entering any new shit when I'm not going to be on screen. So, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. As usual, thanks again to Prime. Show them some love. Really helps me out if you sign up with the link in the description. Otherwise, I'll be back with another video soon. Hope everyone has a good start to the month of February. Yeah, we'll talk to you guys later.